Welcome back in our series.
Girl, let me ask you a question. So in today's episode, guys, what are we going to talk about?
We will be talking about something that's been on my mind for a while now. I want to talk about the things that we are afraid to say out loud. I had a few things like that in my life because I run my website justlikeany.com, and I started with just describing New York City, but then when I went into deeper subjects, I saw how reactions changed when you start to speak
What
out.
kind of subjects?
Like if I started talking about relationships, about lifestyle, about choosing your way of living, and I noticed the difference in reactions to that post, but that only encouraged me to write about things like that, because I noticed that okay, there is someone over there who needs to hear it,
And they're probably triggered by it.
and they are triggered by it, and for me it's just a sign that that's something to speak about. So one of the things that were the most difficult for me to say out loud, I didn't have the courage to even say it out loud, I had the courage to write about it, but is the fact that I don't want to have kids. And
You tell them, sister.
but the first time I wrote about it, I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I was so afraid to do it. Because as a woman, you feel so much pressure about the subject, and it's almost like I don't understand why people take it personally when you say you don't want something. They treat it as like a personal offense.
Girl, sit down.
Yeah, and that was my experience.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough that I got a lot of emails with women thanking me to write about it.
Yeah. Because I think that's so profound. I want to know more. I want to know why you have no interest.
But you know what? This is another thing. It's
Not that you need to have interest, but it's just interesting to have another opinion.
at first, like that's also what's changed. At first, I was explaining myself, and that's another thing that you feel like doing when you're a woman. That with a decision like that, you have to explain yourself.
Yeah.
Why? And now I got to the point that I don't even feel like explaining it, because
Okay,
it's
bitch,
such
I respect that too.
it's such a personal decision. And plus, once someone said that the no is the full sentence,
It is.
and if someone asks you if you want to have kids, you just say no.
That's a no.
There is no reason, explaining it. But
Because no one will tell you to explain when you say yes.
yes. One of the things with kids subject and with talking about kids is that everyone assumes, especially when you're a woman, that you want to have kids. No one asks you. I grew up, no one ever asked me, do you feel like having kids?
Yeah.
It was assumed from the beginning
That is your...
that I would have it, because why wouldn't I? Because I'm a woman. And I think it's so harmful for so many women, not to mention that some women can't have kids, and this fucking question is so annoying.
Yeah.
But I think that it's time to
Move forward, honey.
move forward and understand that no, not every woman wants to be a mother, not every woman wants to have kids. So please don't project on women, don't make them feel guilty that they are supposed to be mothers and they're supposed to have kids, and you're less of a woman because you don't want to have kids.
Oh my god.
And it's still happening, and it
That
happens.
is so intense. What an asshole.
I'm 38 right now. I just had birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday to
Happy
me.
birthday.
So I just had birthday, and I'm 38. I never ever had a desire to have kids, and people were telling me that's my favorite thing ever. You will get there. You will see. You will get there. I never
Get
got
where?
to my vagina.
Oh my god, can I say something? That's the same thing when y'all try to be like, oh, this is just a phase of you liking boys. You will get there. You'll eventually get over it. I'm like, girl, sit down. Miss, first of all, no one asked you. Sit down. Like,
So does it happen to you still?
not, not. I think that the closer you are with family, that's something you hear more.
Yeah.
you know, because they'll forever be in denial. But bitch, try to fucking say that to me right now. I will slap the shit out of you. Like you have no place to give me any of that. Yeah, but definitely with like family and like that environment, you're just like, okay, auntie, sure, someday. But
Yeah,
no.
now I don't. I'm so happy that you just get to certain age that you stop explaining yourself. And the reason why I'm even talking about it is that I know that there is still a lot of women who are afraid to say it out loud. No, I don't want to be a mother. I don't want to have kids. And that's why I want to talk about it. And I want to just give you some support or comfort you that you're not alone, you're not by yourself,
Yeah.
and you have the whole right in this world to say that no, you're good as you are and you don't need to explain yourself. So
Or
please
you
don't.
know another thing that I don't understand, where like, you know, no judgment, you do what you want to do. Like I don't understand this concept of like, now that the gays are getting married, for you to think that you need to get married. Because now I feel like we're starting to feel that pressure also and think that, oh, I need to get married. But I'm like, nah, girl, you do whatever you want to do when you want to do. But just because some people are living their best lives getting married, that doesn't mean that's for...
I still don't understand this concept that we like everyone to live the way we do.
Yeah.
And just force people to live one way.
Yeah.
And that's something that still blows my mind. Like there are 7 billion of eyes by now, probably more.
7 billion.
How you even think? How can you even think that we all need the same and we can all fit into one lifestyle? Like even like look at your friendships. Look at your people you have around you. We have the right to have a different lifestyle and we have the right to live the way we want to.
Yeah. That's why you don't pay them no mind, honey.
And just, I think it's time to reconsider what normal means, especially after pandemic.
There is no normal.
There is no normal, so stop forcing people to do what you did. Just because many people did it doesn't make it right,
Yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm so excited about, this newer generation coming in. They don't give a flying F. Everything is changing. Everything is new. I love it. There's, the new trend where like, boys are wearing nail polishes, and I love it. There's so many videos of like straight men just talking about like how they go to buy nail polishes and people are like, oh, are you buying that for your sister?
Really?
And they're like, no, I'm buying it for myself. I don't need to explain to you who I'm buying it for, and I'm wearing it on myself. That doesn't make me gay. Like this is just what I like, and I'm like so happy. I saw this one video where the guy said, all of you straight boys that are wearing nail polishes right now, a whole group of community are coming on and cheering you and saying you look so amazing, and like you do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do. But there's a whole different genre of people also that are shaming them and saying like, no, this is just for a girl. And isn't it so interesting to see how like we don't give a fuck, honey. We're like, do what you want to do. But there are always these people that want to tell you.
Girl, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why do you shame other people? Like just because someone doesn't want to wear what you wear or have the life you have, it's not a reason to shame someone. And who
But
told
that's what
you?
they're taught.
But who told them that that's the
Their
right
parents.
way?
Their parents. It's like generation and generation of boring that's that's spreading their boringness. Like no one cares, girl. If you're not interested, just like click off. Unsubscribe.
So do you have something like that in your life that you always were so afraid to say out loud, or you felt that you might be shamed because of that?
I mean, clearly, I am shameless, honey. I live how I live. I eat what I eat. I do what I do.
Was it always like that?
Yes. I've always been this way. I've never
Good for
known
you. Good for
another way. But like, especially growing up, I was aware that this is not that common, especially growing up. So I knew how to navigate through that. But now, girl, I was like, I am not changing for you.
Was there a time in your life that you were afraid to say that you like guys?
Oh no, Miss Honey, I came out the vagina and I was like, Mom, never going back to that. No. See, I only know to be true. I don't know any other way, and I don't have that filter. So I don't know how to lie like that.
Oh, he doesn't too. Like you have to have music on your bike because you will die. People sometimes are confused. They're like, oh, are you a boy? Are you a girl?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you react to that? Because I also believe that there are many.
I don't. Gender is like, I don't think. I mean, to me, I see energy. You know, so when you ask me that question, I know from your energy, I know where that's coming from. That doesn't bother me. Like the other day, I was having drinks with my friend, and this guy who was trying to sell us oysters, he was like, "You girls," and then he saw me, and he clearly knew that I wasn't a girl. But like the rest of the night, he kept calling me a girl, and I was like, "Sir, if you want to, go ahead. If you don't want to, you know." But I thought it was cute. I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." Like,
well, you call yourself girl.
yeah, I mean, I call all my friends girl too. So I enjoy when a straight man is comfortable with himself, to be nonchalant, to be that free with me, because I know that my feminine energy is more than my masculine energy, and I know that that's what they are seeing and connecting with. And I like when someone doesn't have boundaries around that, you know, that they can play with me the way how playful I am. And that's when I'm like, ooh, bitch, found my people. But if you ask me in a hateful way, like, oh, if you're a boy, why are you wearing heels? I'm like, bitch, like, it's been happening since the dawn of day. Like, just get it together.
So, because, you know, that's a very courageous way of living, and unfortunately not many people have that courage to do it.
Haters are gonna hate anyways. Let me tell you today, like, you can be doing good and they'll still hate on you. So it really doesn't matter. Get used to it. Get used to bitches hating on you, because someone will at some point of the day.
Is there a way to get used to it? Because some people, you know, you are also sensitive, but you found a way, as you said, like you knew who you were since the beginning. So I think it was a bit easier for you, because for some people it takes time.
I'm an OG, honey. I've been doing this a long time.
But is there anything that, as you said, like the young people...
you have, like, it's very simple. Come closer. It's very simple. They're just thoughts. It's just a fucking thought. And how much importance you give to that thought is up to you. And what kind of importance you give to that thought is up to you. And how long you want to think that thought is up to you. So just because someone said something to you, your world doesn't have to stop. You know, it's just his thought that he projected on you, but it's up to you how you break that down and analyze it. You know what I mean? So to me, if I know that you're just saying that to like hurt my feelings or to make yourself feel better, I'm very aware of where the dagger is coming, that my emotions don't rule your words, and they're just words, you know, like the same thing with like she or he, like it's the meaning you give to it. Like I call all my guy friends she. It doesn't mean they have vaginas, but it's like, and they don't care, you know, it's just so I am very aware that it's just a word and I don't give it much. And eventually you will start to create momentum to know how to, like, it gets easier because
where do you get the strength from? Because it all comes down.
It's not even strength, honey. Honestly, I'm telling you, it's not even strength. It's just like, you just break communication down. You just take the words and you break it down and you give whatever meaning you want to give to it, you know? Because just because someone said something to you doesn't mean you have to eat it the way they said it. You know what I mean? Like if someone gives you I don't know, chicken feet to eat, and if you don't want to eat it, are you offended? Are you mad? Like, nah, you just put it to the side and say thank you, but like, you can put it on my plate, but I don't have to eat it. Like, you eat what you want to eat.
But I think now when you're talking about it, I'm thinking that it all comes down to how comfortable you feel with yourself, because
how
if
you communicate with yourself,
Mhm.
and how clear you are to be in control of your environment. You know, you have to be fully aware and connected to always control the environment, this phenomenal world around you, and not let that control you. Because once you let that control you, that's when you start diving into the darkness.
the foundation of everything you're talking about is that
You need to know yourself.
you need to know yourself, but you have to accept, because if you don't accept
Yes.
who you've becoming or who you've been since the beginning, everything will hurt you.
Yes. But also, you know, some people have that consciousness later on. They wake up later. So everyone has a different time of understanding. And then, like, the only reason I'm so comfortable, like you said, is because, like, since birth, I've been 100 with myself. But if you're just starting to realize that you like boys or something, and that happened 2 days ago, so you still need to allow yourself enough time to get comfortable with it. I
Yeah.
think that's why it doesn't bother me. I've become, I know how to read people, I know people, and I know what they say and why they say it.
So it never bothers you?
I mean, if you catch me on a bad fucking day, of course it'll like piss me off, you
will
know?
cut his penis off. Penis.
But I will never give someone that much power to make me feel a way other than how I know how I should feel. So no, I will never give you the power to make, just because you fucking say something bad to me, you think I'm gonna like sit down and cry and my world is gonna fall apart. Bitch, that was something you said. Like, if you're 33 years old and you said it to me for 5 seconds, that was 5 seconds of your like, you can't give something that much importance. You can't give something that much importance, especially if it's a bitch you don't even know. You know what I mean? Am I making sense?
Yeah, you do. I'm thinking about, myself right now, that I've just been learning that
Yeah.
to not to give my power away so freely,
Yeah.
because it's your
And that's another thing too. If they say something to you and if that hurts your feelings, and they know that, like, you're validating that and you're giving them that power. Words that you
what were you afraid to speak up about?
Yeah, I mean, when I
My-
think about it, it's mostly like sexual. That I am becoming more connected with myself, that I am more vocal about how I want to
But do you
experience
mean,
that.
because let's dive in a bit to this topic, because
So I will say this. Look at me, bitch. I'm pretty feminine as fuck. You know what I mean? And I've always accepted that, but in the back of my mind, I've always never fully presented it that way. Now I am definitely more honest and grounded and clear with myself, that I don't identify with that as something. Where before I would identify with that as like being like even straight and gay or something. That's something you identify with. That's something I've never identified with. But with the femininity of it all, I would always try to like identify how far to go with it.
Oh, okay.
You know, where this is the first time that I'm very comfortable and grounded with myself, that I don't. Even with my relationships with men, I'm very like, this is it, eat it, or go home and fucking beat it. Because like, you know, so that is one thing that I used to be very uncomfortable to say out loud. Like, this is who I am, accept it. I don't need to fit into a category for you. Because even like, that's the thing with like gay men. They're not that interested in me because, you know, they like men. They like masculine energy. For them, too much of a feminine energy, even though I have a penis, makes no sense. But with straight men, it becomes different because they like the feminine energy, and then
they like penis too.
yeah, which is also another thing. Like, stop putting yourself in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Even sex, I think, is such a beautiful, open thing that people have like commercialized and politicized
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
totally
yeah.
put so much. Because I see you look at me. I see you look at me with the thirst in your eyes, and it breaks my heart when you can't act on it. But what I do enjoy is that when you do see me, I know I've woken something up in you, bitch.
Yeah.
And you will never forget it.
And they are scared of it. This is my
They are.
opinion. Yeah.
Because, you know, you're taking a new journey and you will be scared of
But
it.
it's again, we're coming back to being programmed, because if you're programmed that
Yeah.
that's something wrong or that's not what you're supposed to be
Yeah.
in, that scares the shit out of you,
Yeah.
you know.
And we didn't come to this life, honey, to be limited. We came here to taste everything. You can die any day. Do you really want to die doing something you like,
Yeah.
limiting yourself? Like, that's why ever since I came out the vagina, I knew I was gonna fuck. I buckled up and I was ready for this ride. I was ready for this ride.
Yeah, I think that identity is a huge thing right now in general in the after pandemic, and I
Yeah.
talk about it also.
Oh my god, that was also a lot of when I was online with the dating apps. That was a lot of messages that I started to receive from men that said that, you know, having all this time for myself, thinking in this pandemic, like I've realized what I want and I can't not do anything about it because
wow.
life could end at any time. And I was like, I'm not fucking you, but good for you. Good for you. Good for you to have that, you know? But I had so many messages from men saying the
That's
same thing to me.
really.
But I was
Wow.
like, good for you, but swipe left.
Good for you, but I will not fuck you.
Yeah, because that was the first time you're coming to this space of not knowing about the future, and you really start to think of all the things that you wanted to do that you didn't do, you know? And I'm like, girl, good for you, but I'm not here to fucking quench that thirst of yours. Maybe someone else. I've lived too long, honey, to play the game with the newbie.
Newbie, I was gonna say you don't
She's
need
an
a
OG,
newbie.
honey. She needs someone who's been in the game. Crazy thing, it's like, you know, it's that mid-generation. It's the Gen Y. You know, because the Gen Zs have come with it and they're comfortable with it. The Gen X's are about to die. It really doesn't matter. You know, but like this mid-weird, we've been so programmed
Yeah.
to believe that that's not okay, that they're still fighting that. But I don't see that in the young generation.
No.
And I don't, like, everyone is bisexual. Did you know that? The young ones? And they're so
Or
comfortably...
pansexual also.
What is pansexual?
That you don't attach, I think.
Oh, you're more to the feeling of it and not the...
That you don't attach your feelings to a specific gender. I think that this is what it is.
No, being attracted to a specific gender.
Yeah.
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 You'll put
This
it in
is-
anything. That's what you
Yeah.
mean. Which is good. Better, more options than none.
Whatever works for you. This
Yeah.
is the. I think that I hope that this is the word that we are heading to. Like
think
whatever
we are.
works for you, just let others be. I came up with this thing, like be a good human being and just let others people be.
A lot of people don't know that, let alone...
Let themselves to even to allow themselves to even think
Yeah.
of themselves this way, that
Yeah.
they could like something different. you
No,
know?
that we're just human beings, honey. We're humans. We're all humans. You know what I mean? Like, it's not white, black, gay, straight. We're humans. All having an experience.
And just make sure that your experience is the best for you.
That's for you, because you could die any day. Sorry, I said it.
You said it. Thank
Well, alright, guys. Okay, you go. I'm always talking.
Thank you guys for watching. And by the way, this was the last episode of season 1.
We're gonna take a break.
We're gonna not
Not that long of a break.
not a long on the break, but we are ready for season 2, and it will be slightly different, better, of course. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all the support you gave us, and see you very soon.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.